Hey guys. So, I'd say this week was like trying to filter out which websites I'm officially working on and which websites I am not. And we're going off of how everything makes me feel each income stream. And I'm kind of glad I did this because I am realizing like there's a lot of things that I had in my head that are just not gonna work. But also, especially, I feel like Aphrodite has been wanting me to also recognize that the things that I like to do and enjoy doing can, in fact, work. But the ultimate goal here is to build a life that I don't even feel like I need a vacation or break from. Eventually, we do want my business to be able to run without me, which isn't really going to work for like live chat readings, and I'll have to figure that out at some point. Because I think the weirdest part about running a successful business is it's successful. And I think the reason that that feels weird is it's like in any business, right? The longer you're in business, the more supply and demand is going to become a factor. For a psychic business, assuming you're the only psychic in your business, because you can't have a business that's like a psychic hotline. But the supply is really just you, one person, and you can only do so many readings yourself. And so then it switches more from being about like growth and trying to get new customers and things like that to where it's like now it's more about just making sure I can manage more because the customers are there. I just have to be able to actually provide services for them. And so there's a few things that happen when you reach like that level, which the number one thing is like just really figuring out your routine. And I'm obsessively always talking about routines. And you'll notice that I'm also always kind of adjusting my routine. And that's because I'll find systems that work for me, and then it will feel like something else works easier, and I'll make the adjustment. The thing about routines and systems is they're not supposed to be that rigid. A very good example is like, for example, your skincare routine. You have like a routine of like, this is what I go through every day, right? But then some days your skin is more oily and you got to use a different product. And some day your skin is a little bit more dry and it's time to add an extra moisturizer. And it's not always the same thing every day, but it's still a routine because you still know what you're grabbing when your skin goes slightly off balance. So I like to consider like my business kind of the same way that I consider my beauty routines. And now that I'm at the point in the business where, yeah, supply is only me and demand's pretty high. So I have to figure out how to navigate things where I can be at my best so that I have more to supply. And also I can efficiently manage the demand. So as a reader, do not ever get hard on yourself for taking a bunch of breaks. I feel like that's really very much a job requirement.